Wow, it's Wednesday, Drake. Did you know it's Wednesday?
That's perfect. We do now.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, we are a little bit thrown off today. I actually thought it was Tuesday. So here we are live on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Time to get lit. Let's do this. I'm going to take a dab. I'm ready. How about you, Drake?
Nice, clean rig, fully prepared for a nice rep.
Clean.
That's okay. Yeah, we both were just in different worlds this morning, so that was perfect. So wow, it's Wednesday and let's get it. What you hitting, Tara? What you going in on first?
Well, this is my first dab of the day, actually. I didn't take a dab yet today because I woke up a few minutes late, you could say. And so we're going to get it going. I am either going to go in on this orange cake or the cherry number 18. Those are kind of been what I've been smoking on lately. They're flower rosin after this year's harvest. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be puffing on. What are you going in on, Drake?
I haven't yet decided. Those both sound great. I wish I had some of those up in here to add to the variety, but I don't know. I'm a little peaky. I'm thinking maybe the pink gas. It's probably what I'm going to jump into. Some pink gas hash rosin, I believe.
Nice. Well, let's say good morning to chat. We got Mark Hogue out there and CBC in chat already. How are you guys? What are you guys toking on today? What's up? We need to share it out too, and I'll do that as soon as I get this dab on the way. I'm gonna go in on cherry, I guess. Cherry's gonna be it. I grab cherry.
First and foremost.
Yeah, dab's most important. Priorities. Yeah, we got our priorities.
We started backwards, so we gotta end it straight.
Cheers, everyone.
How's everyone in chat world been? How are you guys doing? And girls, anything exciting? Everyone out there, we don't care. We just want to know how you're doing, what you got growing on. Anyone got anything new growing on? I've got something new coming down the line this flowering run, so I'm excited. It's not new. Well, you know what? Yeah, I've got both. I've got new completely to me, and then I've got new phenos of things that we're pretty familiar with. So we're very excited for that, but equally excited to hear about what you've got going on. Even if you're not growing, what are you smoking on? You got something new you like? As you can tell, with Tara and myself, we love variety, the spice of life, and figuring out and fine-tuning what profiles we really like. So we're always curious as to what works best for everyone out there too. That being said, while we're talking to you, make sure to be on live chat over Top Chat so you're not getting filtered out. Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. We really appreciate it. But nonetheless, hopefully you can medicate. So get in there and join me. Tara was able to take the lead here. She got in there first. She's pulling away in the corner, but I'm going to let her start talking once she's done coughing, and I'll catch up. I'm a quick dab.
Ooh, that was a good one. That was a nice one. We got Charlie's Farm. Good morning. Hello, how are you? We got Bruce Hemper in the house. What's up? Press and rosin for the last 2.5 hours, my bud. What? You've been pressing rosin for the last 2.5 hours. That's what I think I read.
Yes.
Nice. What you been pressing, Bruce? And CBC says it's Z time. Do you work nights? Is that why CBC? Or are you in a different country? Maybe you're in a different time zone. I always forget where everybody's at. Because we are around the world.
We can't even remember where we're at.
I know. Can't even remember the day. 2 days a week, and I can't keep track of it.
But we're here to have fun nonetheless.
Yes, we are. We are here to have fun. We're definitely here to have fun with y'all.
I got
Bruce, you want to come and show us some rosin that you've been pressing? That'd be cool if anybody wants to come on and show anything, by the way. You're welcome.
How do you press? How do you fold? What do you use? You got bags, you're using flour, hash? We want to know. Obviously, Bruce, you're squishing flour, but we're curious. Are you doing the bottle stack? Are you using bags? How are you doing it? What's your tech? What's your temps? There's so much to go over, and we're interested in kind of what everyone finds works well for them. Because especially with rosin, there's so many different variables, and with everyone having their own preferences, you can press at such a large amount of different pressures. for different times. Maybe you only do first press, maybe you do multiple presses, maybe you add pucks together after the first press and do multiple presses of, so on and so forth. And we're curious, just like with every other aspect, we want to know what works best for everyone out there. I was doing some pressing recently. I just finished off pretty well the last of some Congo. I pressed up some of the Robert Street Congo. It was great. Not crazy yield, just over 10%, something like that. But Soaring Stone, I watched 2 whole movies. I got a bunch of cleaning done. And for me, that's just something that never, I pass out in the evening pretty quick after a long day at work. So that was nice. But I can imagine having to be careful with it in the late night. I am not dabbing it right before bed, that's for sure. And then from Johnny B, the NL dog, formerly the My Little Pony, squished some of that and got closer to it. I think it was 16 or 18, so we'll say 16%, but first press, 16% first press off flower, and pretty nice. All the flower rosin I'm pretty big stickler for, and it's floral, it's planty, it's got some interesting vibes to it, but nonetheless, the flavors that came through were pretty defined. It wasn't just planty flower rosin. Like sometimes if you have boo-boo and you're squishing it, it doesn't make it any better. So it wasn't that. Still was nice, but yeah, we're curious as to what everyone else's opinions are.
Had to let my dog out. Sorry.
I brought that up. I said, what's coming out is the dog's gonna want out. Mine's gonna start being a little ball.
I'm like, yeah. She's like, I gotta go outside, Mom. I'm like, all right. We don't want to have any messes in the house.
I guess that's the good thing about this morning. I've got an extra long run. I was playing with him outside and just having a blast. And I looked at the time and the day, and that's actually, now I remember, how I realized it was Wednesday. It's like, holy smokes, buddy, we got to get inside.
Good morning, Bingo. Oh, you're from Kelowna, BC, CBC. Cool. Kelowna is so beautiful.
Bro,
oh my gosh. Kelowna and Penticton. Oh my gosh. It's so, that area is so beautiful.
It certainly is. Yeah. If you do any sort of extra curricular activities, you do any sort of snowboarding, biking, going to the lake, cliff jumping, any of that fun stuff, or just want to chat cannabis and all the fun things, I bet I'm within 45 minutes of wherever you're at.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys should meet up. Have a seat swap. That'd be fun.
Ooh, that
Good morning, Blaze. He says Malta became the first EU nation to legalize cannabis consumption and home growing for the personal use today. Today they did it?
I got to reread that.
Congratulations.
That's incredible.
Wow, that's such great news. And Bruce says he's got some blueberry kosher kush, pineapple express, black sugar. Oh, black sugar rose. Okay, I want to know what's the terpene profile on that black sugar rose, because I think I remember reading about that, and somebody I know from a long time ago used to grow that, and it sounds amazing.
I'm trying to remember who was speaking about it as well, because that's ringing a bell. And yeah, much love for sure, Blaze Daily. That's awesome. I just had to go back and read exactly what you had said prior there. But that's so cool. Malta became the first EU nation to legalize cannabis consumption, homegrown for personal use. You already said it, but I'm excited to say it again. That's pretty incredible. And then Bruce got back to us and said he's pressing the bottle textile. I got a Nug Smasher XP. Okay, cool. Nice, the Nug Smashers. Lower temps, about 185 highest. Okay, so I'm imagining one say 65 to 85, give or take. And I personally kind of like going that style as well. I've seen some people get really good results at higher temperatures too, though. So it's different press, different product, different technique. But I've seen some people with a different style of pre-press, and then they hit it at like 215, their flower, and for really quick, like less than a minute overall, and still get nice colored, seemingly still have a good terpene profile, but overall, I've been closer to the 160, 180, and even less, and playing around with it, and then doing some of like the separating out the terpene, starting at much lower temperatures and working your way up and getting the THCA left over. Dabs up.
Thank you, Kathy, for my cute cup.
Yeah. Cheers, Kathy, wherever she is. She's awesome.
Okay, so Bruce has said, did someone dry sift? But my dry sift always comes out dark. Yeah, so when you dry sift and then you press hash, it's like it's dirty. Okay, so think of it not as like dirty as in like dust, as in like outside dust, but I actually feel like it's dirty, as in like the green plant material has powdered up and turned into dust. And then that kind of coats and sticks to all those trichomes. And then when you press that, it just basically is a colorant in there. And so it is dark. It's really, really dark. And you can kind of taste the plant material in there. That's why literally washed material, bubble hash really is the cleanest product you will get, and the cleanest taste. Like you will
for the overall
taste the terpene, no like chlorophyll nor plant. Yeah, go ahead, Drake.
For the overall effort, for sure, right? That's what we find. For dry sift, like, Bubble Man, obviously Marcus out of BC here actually as well. He's lots of macro photography, tons of work, doing a lot in the solventless side of the game, as well as many other people whose shoulders we stand upon. But I bring up Marcus specifically because of his photography, and just, going back to the Hash Church videos, you can go through and scroll and check out the rosin and the different hash episodes and so on and so forth, and get a good rundown of it because it's still uploaded. But with the, say, trim bin keef, that's like farmer's grade keef, whereas a lot of people really think it's the top, the bee's knees, and it is. It's very nice, right? Like if you're used to just smoking flower and you get that nice, just those.
It's not very nice. It's not very nice. It used to be the bee's knees.
It just depends what you're looking for, right? If you only smoke flower and then you are able to now have the heads of the flower you've been growing, it's pretty cool. But then if you now go and press that, the thing Mark's brought up, I believe it's less than 40% actual heads is usually what's in the farmer's.
Anybody want some rosin chips?
Nice. Yes, I was just looking at a bag of those yesterday to process. But overall, you got less than 40% heads in that good trim bin keef, and unless you spend a erroneous amount of time separating that out, it really shows in the product. And then even if you do spend all that time, we've still got generally when you're doing dry sift, it's cured and dried product. So that's another thing. It's now had time to get some color to it, right? Like the trichomes themselves might be more amber. So then when you press it, it comes out a lot darker too, which is sometimes why darker doesn't always mean worse. Sometimes it's just a different product, more cured, more aged. But overall, yeah, with dry sift, it's tough to get a really good product. And overall, when you compare it to, say, like people being able to do like fresh frozen bubble wash and then making their hash rosin, it's just hard to have similar products done in the exact same way, right? If you have the exact same cultivar and try to get the same end result, I find it's a little bit tough with standard, conventional dry sift versus how you can do it with hash. A lot more fats, and Tara summed it up perfectly, right? All that bud is broken down. You've got all those little pieces in there with your heads, and you're squishing those and getting all the chlorophyll out. Well, some of it.
And it is dab time again over here, 4:20 somewhere, y'all. We missed a few minutes ago, but that's okay.
John was looking out for us.
Always 4:20 somewhere. Yeah. John says it's 4:20. He's hitting it.
Keeping us up.
If y'all hit around 4:20 on each hour, I guarantee you're probably hitting with one of us.
Good old 4:20 clock. I'm fishing some diamonds out of some terps, so we'll see. Hopefully it's not going to be overly caustic, which I almost guarantee it's going to be. Terps, drippy little terpies. One more scoop. Womp, womp, womp.
Good morning, Ned. How are you? Woo.
Okay, let's see if I fish some rocks out. You can kind of see, I don't know if it'll show on camera, but you can see the little, nope, can't see anything on camera.
Looks good.
I can see clearly, not you though.
I can see clearly now.
Like I said, this is just a terp fraction. This is a poured off terp fraction of live resin from the sun-grown harvest.
I like Mr. Rogers today with my sweater on.
Mr. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers.
I'm Mrs. Rogers. Do y'all think Mr. Rogers smoked weed? I definitely think Mr. Rogers smoked weed.
Mr. Rogers might have had some happy pills. He was very.
Dude, How can Mr. Rogers be so happy without not smoking? Come on.
Get a little too happy.
Did y'all watch Mr. Rogers?
Oh my goodness, I'm losing dabs over here. Looks like I didn't quite get all those terps off.
Blaze wants to know, does anyone have any special beans to plant on the solstice? When is the solstice?
Where's the calendar? Where's that lunar calendar, Tara? What's going
I
on
don't
here?
have it up.
Oh my goodness. Blasphemy. No, I don't think so. I'll find something to do. Clones, maybe. Find out what our lovely calendar tells us when the best days are sometime and go for there. Myself, I do have to take as many cuts as I can get out of the flowering room, which is yet to be in flower. It's in veg, new beds done, plants transplanted, let them get acclimated. They've been in there for, I don't know, around a week, something like that. They're going to be flipped right away here. But I've got lots on the two 32-inch by 32-inch beds because I only put in 9 plants that were 1 gallons in each. I have quite a few clones I can take around the bottoms because since the root zones aren't too close together, they're still encouraging a lot of bilateral and bottom branching. The other bed where I've got 80 plants in the 4x8, probably not going to get any branching because the roots are so close together. They're all planted 15 centimeters apart from each other. So we'll see if I don't get any lower branching. Probably not going to get any clones. I do want to take a couple if I have some really early finishers out of there just for the next season out here. And the whole other beds are other various plants from like Humboldt Seed Co., Hella Jelly, Lemongrass. And then Time Warp from BC here, just so we can have some things that are actually going to be able to work with next season because our outdoors are pretty nasty here, pretty wicked. You got to finish up quick. But lots of clones to take. So maybe we'll take those in the appropriate time and get some, lightning fast rooting. Tara is muted, but we can all pretend what she's saying. What's that? Charades, but it's not charades because she's just trying to talk.
Yes, Tara was talking right away. Yes, I was looking at the moon cycle and I was looking, he says he thinks it's on the 21st. I think you're right. I was just getting up the
I remember it's
moon.
Specific an area to, like, for us, we look in our certain area, but other ones are going to be slightly different based off area and all the fun stuff. But the 21st, eh? Where are we at now? We're the 15th, so 6 days from meow.
Yeah. So, let me screen share that, by the way. We'll just screen share that. If anybody would like to know, there is a cool little moon calendar thing that we've used through the gardening year. We could share that. We haven't shared that for a while. Let me share that. Here we go. There you go. So this is a gardening calendar here, and it's like the moon phase, and then also isn't kind of the biodynamic moon calendar thing too, or something. I can't remember now. There's a few different ones on here, and there's a couple of different ways to read it. So be sure to read it. Also in here, it put in your zip code, so I've got Seattle, Washington in here right now. This is my zip code. I think I can even get closer than that, but I didn't put it in right now. And then, so I think it says the 21st right here. So that's where the new moon is, I think. And then down through here, as you go through, it has the days of the week. And so like you can go down. So like the 21st, we'll say you said was the 21st, the 22nd. So here we go. So, this is when you're going to plant below ground plants over here, tells you that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of some information. I mean, right now, obviously, I'm not going to go outside and plant anything. So this I don't really use too much right now. But I also wanted to touch on while we're here is Herb for Apocalypse. We had her on last week, and I want you guys to go check her out. By the way, if you haven't seen our show the last week, if you haven't watched one, get caught up, go watch that one. Because it was fun. I was hanging out with Sarah Russo, and Sarah had an update that we needed to do today. Drake, did you want to give that update?
Yeah. It was just a quick amendment, and it was when we were on the topic of the. I know the similar species type is like the datura, the trumpet flowers, there's a few different names for it. She referred to one plant, I believe that was specifically uh, in the works from on her end. That was belladonna, and she meant to amend that and say she was thinking of the angel's trumpet. Um, and I believe that is the right switch there. So very minor, but just a quick one. But yeah, overall, more just go and check it out and listen. It was a really fun show. Love chatting with Sarah and hearing what she has to talk about and where they're coming with the comic. It's an awesome one. You really got to check that out and look into it. And if you're so inclined, a little support. It's definitely nothing that's for making crazy profits. It's just to get the word out, and it's a passion-driven project. And you know how passion-driven projects go. It's usually the person who's passionate about it is the one that's putting everything in. So any help in that sense appreciated. But nonetheless, check it out. It's super cool. Really neat to hear about. All right, I just jumped in on little grapefruit haze I had sitting around. So it was old. Yeah, tastes like when I say sitting around, I pulled it out of my cupboard and I remember it. This was from, I think, 2 years harvest ago, at least last year's harvest. And it still had a little bit of some terps to it, but mainly that kind of CBN vibe. If you're familiar, if you had product that you've left around, you've been fortunate enough to leave some around or just forgot about it. Nonetheless, has that vibe to it. Pretty like stone, as you would presume, with something that's there. Like you could just feel it just bringing everything down a little. It's gonna like the cement shoe kind of vibe a little bit. But I got a few things here to spice it back up and kick it up again. So I'm excited to do so. So I'm going to scroll through and see if anyone let us know what you were smoking on or puffing on or growing.
Good morning, Purple. How are you? John, I don't even think I said hello to you, but I was talking to you in chat. John, how are you? Hope you're having an awesome day out there. I read Ned says, Mr. Reginald definitely smoked. That made me laugh because I definitely think so too. How could some of these people not have smoked? Like, wow, like, why did they keep this such a secret? You know, how many like parents, like, did you find out later that your parents had smoked and you're like, wow, I had no idea. Like, you know, I mean, it's kind of a crazy conversation.
It's just ever more prominent now because the what do I want to call them? I kept wanting to say the blinders, but that's the wrong term. But it's just there's not nearly as much tension around the subject, so it's a lot more open. It's conversated about more, and people are more open to share, especially with their kids and so on and so forth. There's not as much risk of people coming to school and do they smoke like this or this, and like all this bullshit that everyone had to deal with in the past. So it's cool. But yeah, it's quite the time for everyone that grew up in that, you know, tricky little time zone where we're in between this, in this gray free market and this prohibition world and legalization. And yeah, it's interesting nonetheless.
It's so important that we teach kids today the truth and not hide the truth from them. It's so important. I'm sure all of you out there feel that as cannabis users today, feel that the truth is so important to get out there. And that's why Drake and I are here. That's why we continue to put on this program for you guys, this show every Wednesday Wednesdays and Saturdays. We try to do 9 a.m. Pacific, but hey, I'm shooting for 10 a.m. Pacific. What do y'all think about 10 a.m. Pacific? Because I think we have more people hanging out here now at 10 o'clock than we do at 9 o'clock.
Y'all let us know what you think. And speaking of,
think?
I see John's hitting some seduction zone. Crossmaster Kush always sounds fantastic. I'm surprised I could even do that with my brain. It's dyslexic to a next level. I'm excited. I always want to try that one out. Dabbing some Sunday Driver Supreme. That sounds great. And then additionally, I saw Bruce mentioning you've got the bubble hash system, but just not the freeze dryer yet. Freeze dryer is definitely a lovely addition, a big hack, as one could say, but it's a very expensive hack. Are you familiar with Heavy Icer X yet? With Aaron, he's on, as far as Facebook goes, he's the moderator for lots of like Bubble Man's groups specifically. He is a very renowned hash producer, and he does everything in an old school manner. He does not use the freeze dryer. He's not using the machines even. He's hand stirring and getting it done. very professional.
Bruce, where are you out of, Bruce? Just out of curiosity, if you can say. If you can't, that's okay.
Yeah, we're always curious about that.
Blonde bubble hash. Gotta love some blonde bubble, huh, Zorro? Oh, yeah, sounds amazing. Zorro, how are you? What's up? How's that? Oh, I'm ready for another dab. What does anybody want to come on and hang out for a few minutes with us? If anybody's got anything to show off or anything, I forgot I was going to throw that link out there. Let me copy it and put that out there. Drake, did you share the links today? I forgot to do that.
I just dabbed. No, it was a dabby day this morning.
I didn't share it in Discord either. You guys, we have a Discord, by the way, and we would love for you to be a part of that. Drake and I have lots of information over there on that. Natural farming, Jadam information. Let me get our Discord link out also. Let me copy and paste, copy. Where's that? Oh no, invite people, create invite. That's what it is. Copy. There we go. Now I'll put an invite in chat. Here you go. Discord is for computers and phones. It's an amazing place to keep a great conversation going off a line. It's a great place to also communicate freely, because Instagram isn't so freely, nor is Facebook. So we're kind of finding these other options that are available out there. So I think it's really important that you guys get over there. That's why I'm preaching it. Not here to sell something, just here for you to hang out. It's 7:40 p.m. where you are. So you don't care, do you, Blaze? You're like, whatever. Oh, hey, Teo, how are you? Grapefruit haze. God, that sounds amazing.
Hey, what the fuck? That's what I was just puffing on. Grapefruit haze. That was the one that
really?
Was from the sun grown from 2 seasons ago. That was the jar I just found locked away in the back cupboard. Some live resin again. Pre-freeze dryer. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of, but hard transition. Did some inventory recently and slowly going through everything to try and figure out just all the stuff we have to be a little more organized, but went through first and foremost all the JLFs we had just to get the exact amounts and see what we need for the next season here and at the farm and so on and so forth. And it was incredible to see that there's only 2 JLFs out of the plethora that I've got going on that I don't have enough of for the farm. So completely covered here for my outdoor and my indoor. So for 60 meters squared outdoor, for my 10 by 10 indoor, and then, you know, the veg and mums and anything as well, because we've been able to incorporate our complete Jadam system, not only outdoors, but indoors, which is fantastic because it's now repeatable on, like, for myself. I already knew it was concept wise with some of the crew we've been working with, but now for myself, I'm seeing that. So slowly dialing everything in, got the rooms redone, like the nursery and the veg, and redid the beds and the flower. And it was mainly based off of me doing an upsee by putting in just too much salt, but we could have, because of with our JMS, we have salt in it. And just if you are out of it and dealing with other people in the house, you put in way too much, then you're going to have a problem. Now, we could have dealt with it in various ways, but the best way was replace all the soil. I've addressed that in a couple of the past episodes, so check those out and you can hear me blabber about what we did. But now that we've got this, known medium, aka I'll only put a couple of our trusted, it was just Promix and worm castings, and we charge it with our Jadam. So we know exactly what's in it. So nonetheless, now that we're doing that, we were able to really boost our amounts, just like we were doing outdoors, because we know what a healthy system outdoors can take. So we're able to slowly start pushing towards that closer. We weight the reference of, instead of driving like a commuter bus, start pushing like a Ferrari. So the commuter bus is going to get there. It's going to be great. You're going to have that repeatable, product every time. But if you can get in the Ferrari and you can keep the maintenance up on it and you can get from start to finish in a Ferrari, it's going to be fantastic. So we're trying to push towards that. So right in between now and before, we were like running after the commuter bus, because I had like a super soil style blend that I made. One was like the Subcool style, one was more of a Coots blend, the other was Tad Hussey style. All great blends, work awesome, water only, but there's so many variables when we're trying to input our system. It's really tough to deal with, because we don't know what the heck all of our lovely microbes are going to chelate, and it's just going to make a whole plethora of problems in a sense. So you gotta be very careful. So now we've got that sorted and we're moving forward, which is really exciting. We checked out all the inputs, which is why I brought this up. And we've got enough for indoor, outdoor here and out at the farm, which is incredible. I just got to make a few more. And then we're going to be setting it up so that I know as soon as I need to make some more, because a couple of them have like 3 to 6 month waiting times. So I'll know when I have to start which specific one in order to have some ready when the other ones we have currently run out. So we're never going to run out of it. And it's just really exciting. It's boring, right? It's just inventory and knowing what we have and making inputs and all sorts of stuff. But it's been super inspiring and exciting to know what we've got. And now they're breaking down. All of these things get way better with time. So I'm pumped. It's going to be a big improvement from last season, and it's been continuously going on that path for the last few years. So lots of fun. Mind my rabbling.
So what would be really cool, I think, if this people could get together though, on like thinking about these freeze dryers, because they are an expensive investment. Like we're not using them 24/7. They would be really easy to be able to rent space in that, or to, have someone bring over their hash and freeze it for them. If you're in like a central location, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to get some sort of networking group like that going once all this gets free for everybody to grow and be a part of this system.
Yep, you got that right. And it's a tough thing, but I think it would be a beautiful thing to have some sort of community thing going on, or even if just there's someone that could maybe make that happen themselves, but they're like, I don't really know if it's worthwhile. Maybe we could have some sort of chat started to find out if there is people in the area that could make this a worthwhile endeavor overall, right? Because some people are in a little bit better positions than others, but nonetheless, 5,000 or so US is a large commitment. So I think for anyone, it would be nice to kind of have a little bit of reassurance that at least there's other people that would want to, I don't know, rent or borrow or have your services, whatever way you could make it in a fair.
If you could lease them out, that would be awesome. But the problem is they are not easy to move. They are heavy. And it's an expensive piece of material. You don't really want to move it all the time. I mean, it's that kind of, you
have to have SOPs for the thing, and it's tough to give that out in a sense. So it's almost more you want to look and see if there's an interest for this tool in your area, if it works and if it's specifically great for yourself too, and then really get trained to it. So your art, your tools. Nothing's going to happen to your multi-$1,000 machine. You're going to keep it, on point, doing what it's supposed to do, test it when you need to test it, clean it how you need to clean it, and then get a nice system going. But that's pretty simple concept, but same thing. Like just, sometimes it's a little more simple when you hear it out loud.
Definitely. Okay, Blaze, I have no idea what you said perpetual, but my guess, it's in a different language. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that says. Oh, wow. You guys are going to start speaking in different languages in my chat, and then you're going to think then you're really going to mess me up. I'm going to actually try and read this shit. It's 25 Celsius. Ooh. It's cold here. I'll tell you that. It froze last night. I left my geese out last night. Oh my God. They found their way to my back porch and they made a mess, and I got to clean that up today.
They're just good at that. The ducks are great too. They just love finding the way.
Yeah, they make such a mess. Yeah. So yeah. Bad mistake. Maybe I should just go clean it and put it in and start bubbling in tea. Make it up for tea.
Making goose tea.
Goose nuggets. Tea.
Goose nuggets.
Goose nuggets. Goose teas. Yeah. I can just go pick up all the little frozen nuggets all over the yard because they're frozen, and then just drop them in. And I should try that someday. See if it's that hot. You ever done it? Let's try it.
It'll be warm.
Experiment.
It'll be warm. Yeah.
Maybe. How do you know? Maybe it's not that hot. I heard it wasn't that hot. I heard only chicken stuff's hot.
Just from my understanding, in comparison,
But
not.
no one's ever tried it. Have you tried it?
I'm sure someone's bubbled some poultry poop.
I'm gonna try it.
Do it for science.
Not poultry, I'm not talking chicken. I'm talking goose, extremely goose, just goose poop. And only grass, because they're only having grass, right? Right now they get wheat and they get some corn. Yeah, and grass. Because we have lots of grass, and luckily there's no snow. They've been just happily eating their grass, grazing. It's so nice to have natural food for them to eat and not have to like go buy that crap at the store.
Mm-hmm. You can say that again. It's that's part of the system, right? To be able to have it set up so that it's all just a sustainable working mesh system.
It was Dutch. Oh, okay. You're speaking Dutch. You know what? I don't know that I've ever really heard someone talk Dutch much. I don't like actually speak the language. I don't think I have. I've heard people speak a lot of German.
I'm sure
you don't hear people speak a lot of Dutch.
Pretty specific. The cadence and the I don't know, the overall nuance of it.
Cleaning the gutters. Yeah, take those gutters out, clean those gutters, and you take those leaves and you make leaf mold soil out of them. Is that what you do? You put them and stuff it into your thing. Cheddar Bob says he's got some Mac V2 up for auction on your Instagram. All right, there you go.
Ooh, nice.
Slept in late. I did too, Perpetual. I did too. That's why we're still on. We actually didn't go live till like 10. Drake and I both thought it was Tuesday. Literally thought it was Tuesday. Hello, Small Tuesday.
I didn't know what day.
Or no, huh?
I don't know about Tuesday. I just didn't know what day in general.
You just didn't know what day? I thought it was Tuesday. I was thinking, I'm going to get up. I'm going to hang out on Discord with the guys for a little while, have my coffee. And I look and I check, and Drake's messaged me first thing this morning. Oh, Tuesday snuck up. I'm like, or Wednesday snuck up. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Wednesday. I wouldn't have known it was Wednesday till you told me that. So yeah, I was like, oh shit. So yeah, jump in the shower, get in here. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Lots
what
of willow
for the day? What are your plans? Are you dabbing and relaxing? Where are you at?
Dab. I need a dab. Oh, and I didn't clean my banger out. Damn it.
No, I got one looking at me. Been watching the veg room, been screwing around with different. I've got it's in a building that would be just I don't know. Even just say it's closer to like a living room style. Then there's a lung room separated with poly. Then there's another room inside of that room that's a vegetative space. They've got positive pressure in the vegetative space. I was trying to set it up so there's positive pressure in both, but like decreasing so that it would blow out from the veg room into the lung room, out from the lung room into the main room, and then there's just never any debris or anything from the outside coming in. That wasn't able to get the temperatures down to where we want it with the amount of lights I want to run, so I had to change some things around. So far, I've been able to now get negative pressure slightly in the lung room, positive pressure heavily in the veg room. So still good overall, not attracting anything in the veg room. It's just I'll have to clean the lung room a lot more erroneously. But I got it down to about 26 degrees, which is awesome. That's exactly what we were. Well, I mean, we'd be happier with 25, 24 and a half, but got it down from like 29, 30 just by changing the intake exhausts around. We've got 2 6-inch fans with carbon scrubbers sucking into veg to clean it, and then 2 also sucking out at like a 80% out, 100% in, or 80% of what's coming in is going out. Sorry for stumbling around there, but AKA it's making the positive pressure and it's not horribly straining on the fans themselves. So we'll see how it goes. But humidity right now, garbage, 40%. 40%. So I'm going to have to work on that. I want to get that to 70, but don't think that's going to be the possibility with the vented system unless the whole area can be somewhat kept at a reasonable amount, which is a pretty tough feat, but we're trying. But nonetheless, we got the temperatures on point and we'll be able to work with the CO2.
Going in on some orange cake.
Hitting coma over here. Coma. And to be trimming right away. We're on day 16, I think now, of dry. 15 or 16. And
that time. Bingo says bong rip. Cheers, y'all.
bong rip.
I'd still like this orange cake to be sweeter. It's a sour orange.
Well, with a name like that.
Yeah. I really think like if these names don't have grape or these names don't have like lime, don't fucking name them those things. I'm sorry. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Is it not?
Makes it a lot harder for the consumer.
They talk about the consumer doesn't know what they want to smoke. Well, the consumer knows what tastes are. The consumer knows what foods are. And if you call something lime or lemon or orange, it should taste like that. That's a food. I know what that tastes like. Just saying. They complain when they say what the consumer don't know. Well, what the consumer does know, let's work on that.
Yep,
That's good communicational skills, if you ask me.
So I always get a kick out of like the missing grape or the missing whatever.
I know. It is definitely missing. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and name it that all you want. Missing grape. It was no grape.
But better not taste like grapes.
I think what's the Bubba Kush? No, what's the one I got from Two Tone that I'm gonna be growing this year? Fuck, what's it called? I can't remember.
Or Two Dog, or I don't. You got so much stuff there. I have no idea.
I mean, Two Dogs, not Two Tones. Two Dogs gave me those. Was it Master Kush? No.
Possible. So far, everything's been possible.
Now I can't remember. I'm excited, whatever they are. Now I can't remember where they are. He's a super big into Bubba, but I think they were the Master Kush cross that I got.
Cool. That sounds right.
Yeah.
If I remember you talking about it.
That's what so someone asked earlier, are we looking forward to any seeds? I was just thinking, I'm looking forward to popping those seeds this year from Two Dogs. I'm looking forward to popping those seeds this summer, but not, for the moon thing. I'm not going to be popping beans early. Tara is not going to be popping on New Year's this year. Sorry, you guys. Not going to pop beans on New Year's. I might be at a seed swap on New Year's. We're going to hopefully be live on New Year's Day. That everything's like up in the air right now. I've got some stuff going on in the back. So I don't know. I really don't even know if I'm going to be sitting right here in this location on New Year's, but hopefully I will be live New Year's. That's the plan. Okay. New Year's Day. John says he always smells what he buys at the dispensaries. You know what? That's really cool. If you can do that, we can't do that here.
Lucky guy. Yeah.
Totally sucks. Such a bummer. Such a bummer, dude. John, do you grow on? You don't grow indoors. John only grows outdoors too. I think John and I are outdoor growers. And do you always start from seed, John? Hey, Cameron. Good morning.
Cheers.
Someday Cameron needs to come join us. We need to have another talk about kratom and like all this other cool shit out there that like not everybody's experienced and like are freely to talk about it.
I just saw another
And educational.
the woman who wrote Vitamin Weed, Michelle Ross, also just wrote a book on kratom recently and just put that out. So I might have to have a little
really?
into that as well. And doubt to be able to get her, but maybe bug her and see if I can't pull her over to come talk about it a little bit. I really like the Vitamin Weed book. I've referenced that lots and bought an additional copy just to give out to friends around here locally, especially with family members suffering that aren't so familiar or accepting of cannabis, so that they can get a much better, more science-driven perspective on it. And also
Tell everybody what that is again, Drake, one more time, and who?
Vitamin by Dr. Michelle Ross, a neuroscientist that was originally like anti all drugs and then realized that's not the key and is now pretty heavily involved in plant medicine. She wrote Vitamin Weed, the 4-step guide to correcting your endocannabinoid deficiency, and then just talking about it in general, and not just with like phytocannabinoids from cannabis, but just from proper diet and exercise and just having a pretty thorough understanding of how things work inside of us, and so on and so forth. So that's a great one, and I'm curious to see what she had to say on kratom, and Cam is really well versed in it. Can't wait to have him back. I'm sure we can get him on anytime here to come chat with us again, have a little round 2 and see where Chad is, where everyone is since the last time we touched base.
Cameron says it's JWA's frozen.
It was probably pretty cold out there because it's fucking real cold here.
Yeah, I bet.
It gets it quite a bit worse. So at least a little bit worse. So
yeah. Well, y'all, I think it's been a great day hanging out with y'all. It's been a nice little wake and bake for us. I think I will take one more rip with y'all and let you go on your merry way and let y'all get your things done you got to do today. I hope it's been a little bit of light for you to hang out, a little bit of peace and positivity here, because that's what we hope for. That's what we're about. Let's do this. Hit this one more. Drake. What's your final thoughts for the day before we close this on down?
A final thought. I need another coffee, a cocoa, get it rolling. Got plenty to do. Another busy day. Knocking chores down left, right, and center though. So that's really good. And soon we're gonna have a little bit of free time so we can make a whole bunch of hash. So super excited about that. Cam and I are gonna be jumping into that once I get everything set up in the hash room and environment good to go. I quote unquote.
Me too. I'm getting ready to set my area up too, Drake. I'm looking forward to it. Nice. I'm so excited.
I think we've procrastinated long enough to not need a cool bot until the spring, which I made sure to buy a specific AC unit that we can set it all up. But at this point, because we're doing a tent with filtered air inside of it, it's where we're going to be producing all of our products, but we can also just cool the whole garage that this tent is inside of down to appropriate temperatures. But keep in mind, anyone out there with your extremely expensive, piece of either pharmaceutical or whatever technology you've got for your freeze dryer, I'm trying to spit out here. They are made to run at room temperature. They're not made to run at freezing temperatures. They're not made to run in your cold rooms. So be careful with that. We know plenty of hash makers that are running them in their cold rooms. Plenty of them aren't having any issues, but I do believe if you search hard enough, you'll hear some people that have had some problems at these temperatures. And if you are specific to the user manual and what its specifications are, I believe it's no less than 10 degrees is what is recommended. It may even be higher. I know even Tara and I have talked about this before. She looked into it and reached out with the rep, I'm pretty sure, a while ago. So dabs up, don't ruin your machines. And we're excited to be making hash in the future. There's the main thoughts.
Yeah, we are. Hashing to go in the future. I am so looking forward to having my own bubble hash again. Oh my God, it was so good this last bit that Red River helped me with. So yeah, looking forward to some more. Cheers, everyone.
And speaking of Red, shout out to Red as always, crushing it. He's had lots going on recently, so much love, and everyone sends some good vibes, but also been killing it. Seen some nice photos just this morning of some really good looking product. Yeah, what a great guy. The traveling hash man. And if you're nice enough, you might even get a case of Dippin' Dots. Holy smokes, 2-in-1.
Woo! Well, guys, it's been awesome hanging out as always. Peace and love until the next live. Cheers.